Let's get ready with me to go out on a cozy winter day. I'm sure you're gonna love it. Don't miss it. I've prepped my skin with a moisturizer and then I have applied a thin layer of sunscreen. The next step for my skin is to add a little bit of color to it. I add this. This much would be enough, I suppose, because I want to complete it with my, concealer too. First, I use a tiny amount and I add it to everywhere. See? Here we go. You see, when you apply a thin layer, controlling and creating balance would become so much easier. That's enough for my skin. Now I want to add a little bit of concealer on my darkest spots. Here we go, a little bit here and at the back of my eyelids too. And then as you see, I simply blend it with my finger because with the heat of my fingers, the product is melting better. Since this is winter makeup, I want to create a white base, so I apply my concealer on other parts like here too. I'm trying to brighten up my skin. It's time to contour the face and I want to use this Wet n Wild palette. As usual, I apply it here and I try to sculpt my face. Gently, I dab it in this way. Then I take a fluffy brush to contour my eyes. So I put this darkness on my crease to create depth and definition. I use back and forth motions. Do this, it's not like this, it's like this, to actually be able to cover more area and to be precise. I use the same contour to adding darkness to my lower lash lines too. See here? I apply a very tiny amount of this contour. As you see, I'm using back and forth motions. You see, the lightness of the concealer and the darkness of the contour creates a perfect match. I also apply the same contour to my brows too, because I want to have a fuller eyebrow look. You see, with a simple contour, I've almost done everything. And that's it. The brows are perfect, the eyes are clean. So let's move to the real section. As for my blush, I add this beautiful pink color to my cheeks because it's winter and I am in love with the combination of pink and blue. So that's what I'm using it. Actually, there's no strict rule to tell you that for summer times you have to wear this kind of eyeshadows. For winter times you have to apply the other types of eyeshadows. There's no strict rule, Everything depends to yourself, and that's the beauty of makeup world. Actually, I'm in love with applying kind of cool colors for winter and warm tones for the summertime. I also add this a little bit on my chin, a little bit on the tip of my nose. As you can see, it is as if that it was so cold that tip of my nose got red, and a little bit at the temples. But do not exaggerate using them at your temples, you know what I mean? This is the palette that I want to use for today. As you can see, it has a lot of colors and I'm in love with it. And this is my choice for winter makeup. Well, I pretend that this small brush is my brush for drawing eyeliner. And then I put my brush at the back of my eyelid and then I try to draw an eyeliner with this. You could also use kind of crayon pencils for doing that. But if you have a palette that contains a lot of colors, you can do this with every kind of color that you want. You see, this is a kind of eyeliner. I try to extend it a little bit upper. These precise brushes are very much easy to use. I also want to draw black eyeliner, but since I have hooded eyes and as you can see, a very thin layer of eyeshadow is here, I prefer to apply my false lashes first and then to draw a very thin of black eyeliner. So as usual, I prepare it with an eyelash curler and then I apply my false lashes. Somehow these false lashes could be considered as half lashes because I have cut the initial parts. Then I simply add it at here. And since this is half lashes, I completed with my mascara. You know, I actually try to apply mascara to parts that do not have false lashes so that I can create a unity. And of course, I apply it to my lower lash lines too. Now I completed with my eyeliner. Since my eyeshadow looks very much thin, I have to be careful with that. This is the thin liner. You see that? And for the inner corner, I do the same thing, and I am very careful to make it as thin as possible. This is my favorite technique for applying lipstick, especially for winter days. The first thing that I do is to apply a thin layer of pencil liner, and I try to actually create a shape for my lips. I'm not trying to do anything exaggerated, you see? That's all. But you know, it's not finished yet because I applied the same lip liner to the center of my lips. And then I blend it with my finger. I still try to keep the color at the center. And then I cover it with a coat of lip balm. This is the final results. Okay, that's all. That was the winter makeup that I was talking about. It was easy, don't you agree? If you have enjoyed this tutorial, please don't forget to like, comment, and share it with your friends. And if you want more beauty tips and tutorials, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!